What was it like, Grandma? This is the title of a popular children's book. In it, a young boy whose grandmother is visiting for the summer wants to know what life was like when his grandmother was young. So he asks her about what they cooked and whether there were computers and microwave ovens and garbage disposals. It's a sweet story that encourages dialogue across the generations, one that invites children to really engage with their grandparents, and perhaps a commentary on the fact that despite all the rapid changes we see over the course of a lifetime, we all share the common human experience. What was it like, Grandma? I think we all have an innate curiosity about things that feel inaccessible or that we haven't before experienced. When a friend returns from a trip across the world, we want to sit down and hear their stories about that safari in sub-Saharan Africa or that trip to the Taj Mahal. What was it like, we want to know. Or when we meet someone who's gone bungee jumping, we want to hear about their experiences. What was it like to free fall off that bridge? Actually, I don't really want to know. For the disciples, they want to know more about this abundant life of faith that Jesus describes and points them towards. They are so drawn to the vision Jesus offers of the kingdom of heaven. He has shared a number of stories about it, but you can envision them sitting around a campfire and asking in an almost pleading way, "What is it like, Jesus?" And in rapid succession, this morning's readings, we hear these. Jesus reels off 5 parables. The kingdom of heaven is like a mustard seed, yeast, hidden treasure, pearls, and a net. All of these images help point us towards and orient us to the kingdom of heaven, even if it's a bit overwhelming and hard to digest all at once. It would take months to fully unpack all of these various images. But fortunately, we have time. Not because I intend to preach for an hour, but because the journey of faith is one of ongoing discovery and enlightenment. It's our life's work, the essence of our being. It's not a light switch that we can flick on and off. And in a lot of ways, doesn't that take the pressure off? In a world of instant gratification and immediate results, we can sit back and settle in for the long haul. We can build our relationship with Jesus over time, brick by brick, step by step. That's not to discount lightning bolt moments of profound spiritual insight. Those surely do happen. But more often, the life of the Spirit is a slow drip rather than a flash flood. And that's okay. It's why we return to this place, to this altar, week after week, year after year. It's why we read these same stories over and over again, hearing them in fresh ways depending on what's happening in our lives and in the world around us. So if you're feeling discouraged in your spiritual life, hang in there. Play the long game. Be patient. God is already walking beside you. Even if you don't or can't feel his presence in this particular moment, be assured that God is there. St. Paul hammers away at this whole idea in our reading from the letter to the Romans. This passage is often read at funerals. It might sound familiar, but it makes sense because it gets to the very heart of what it means for us to walk in the way of Jesus. It's easy to be faithful when it's a bright, beautiful morning and you're walking on the beach, reveling in the sun, pouring out from behind the clouds, the rays of sunshine, offering an image that can't be anything but a visual representation of God. I think you all know what I mean. You've seen it. It's harder when the storm clouds gather and the wind picks up and the rain lashes down upon us. If you're in the throes of grief or loss or uncertainty, you simply try to hold on for dear life while the storms rage all around you. And that's when we cling to the kingdom. That's when we hold on to the hope and promise and presence of Jesus Christ. That's when we listen to Paul's words, who asks, "Who will separate us from the love of Christ? Will hardship or distress or persecution or famine or nakedness or peril or sword? No. In all these things we are more than conquerors through him who loved us. For I am convinced that neither death nor life, nor angels, nor rulers, nor things present, nor things to come, nor powers, nor height, nor depth, nor anything else in all creation will be able to separate us from the love of God in Christ Jesus our Lord." That's the promise of the kingdom, that God is with us through it all. Whatever you may encounter in this life, God is with you, even in death, which is precisely why Jesus keeps pointing us back to the kingdom. Now, I'm sure Jesus used these 5 parables at different points and in different contexts. Scholars don't really believe he just rattled them off and kind of one right after the other. They see this as more of a collection of his sayings around a similar topic, which is kind of a relief. It's a lot all at once. But in the end, I don't think it really matters how they were communicated. These sayings have been handed down to us because they all point to the kingdom of heaven. They all give us insight into the life of faith, into the heart of why we return to this place to worship God with one another and walk with Jesus week after week, year after year. From the mustard seed, we learn that even the smallest acts of faith matter. From the yeast, we learn that these small acts can transform lives. From the hidden treasure, we learn that a transformed life leads to unspeakable joy. From the pearl, we learn that the life of faith is a valuable treasure. And from the net, we learn that this joyful, treasured, transformed life is open to everyone. So these 5 parables all hang together to paint a vivid picture of the kingdom of heaven, the kingdom Jesus holds out as the bedrock of his promise to each one of us. But collectively, they also highlight the fact that Jesus is sharing his message about the kingdom, not with a select few, but everyone. Think about the people who could easily relate to these 5 parables: farmers, bakers, merchants, fishermen. The good news of the gospel is shared widely. with everyone. And I think this in itself offers us a profound insight into the kingdom. It is not limited to certain people. It is not the exclusive domain of the religious elite. As a community of faith, we are not gatekeepers, but inviters, welcoming others to see and experience the joyful, treasured, transformational life that is the very hallmark of the Christian faith.